Hey there, Wrestle friends. Welcome back. I'm Omer,
I'm Trevor.
and this is O
I'll take
Graps.
Graps.
Welcome back, everyone. Another wonderful show planned for you today. Um, we are coming off the heels of one of the most epic endings to WrestleMania I think there's ever been. I think that's pretty fair to say, right, Trevor?
Oh, that's very fair to say. Very fair to say.
A lot
One of the
happened.
most emotional roller coaster of a WrestleMania from day one to day two. I have never wanted to scream, laugh, cry, kick something small in my life.
Oh no, hi Dobby. Justice for Dobby. No, yeah, no. This WrestleMania was an absolute trip. Uh, we'll talk about it. There's some good, some bad, some amazing, and a little
Some
bit of
confusing.
confusion on my part. But I can't wait to get into it with you. We're also going to be talking about AEW doing the thing, man. Tony Khan is.
Yo, the sack on this guy. Sheesh. Again, we'll talk about it.
I just Tony Khan releasing the all-in footage of CM Punk and Jack Perry. It is not a work. It's true. It's true. On some
It's
Kurt Angle stuff.
yeah.
Shoe deals, WrestleMania, CM Punk again. You can't escape him, Trev. All we're gonna get through all of this on this wonderful Monday afternoon. So be sure to sit back, relax, and enjoy, and also sound off in the chat. All right, Trev. You want to? Where do you want to start? There's so much
We
to
should
talk about.
start where everyone wants us to start, where everyone expects us to start, and that's the Clash of the Immortals, WrestleMania.
I thought you were gonna say backstage at All In. The Clash of the Immortals, Jack Perry and CM Punk. No, for sure. Let's start with WrestleMania. Trevor, WrestleMania 40 is coming on. What are your thoughts?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I was happy about a lot of it. I was disappointed about some of it. But overall, I mean, if I had to grade it, I think it'd be a B plus, or I mean a B or a C plus.
Yeah, like there wasn't a bibliography, so I had to, take off some points there, and then they didn't cite their sources. Look, you cite your sources. WrestleMania, come on. No, this was I think this is. I have to give it a minute before I actually rate where it is, but I thought this was a really good WrestleMania, all time ending though. Let's just
Yeah.
start there. Let's start with the Cody Rhodes stuff. Night
Okay.
one, The Rock and Roman versus Cody and Seth. I ain't gonna lie to you. For a lot of that match, I was kind of bored.
Yeah. I was a little bored. One, two. I was noticing the crowd, filling out the crowd, and they were very pro rock. Very. You were there that night, like so.
Yep.
It was very pro rock in the crowd from the TV I could see. Was it the same way in that building?
There were pocket. Here's the thing. I think overall the crowd was just it wasn't that great night one when I was there because it was just so freaking cold. It was,
Mm.
bro. Everyone, no one wanted to have their hands up. Everyone just wanted to keep their hands in their pockets and try to
I figured that.
stay
Yeah.
warm. The hot chocolate
Because what it
lady.
was like 40
It was like
or 30
40,
degrees.
got down to the high 30s. It was
Yeah.
really freaking cold, and the wind was bad. The wind was really
Oh
bad.
yeah. Yeah.
That's what
Yeah.
killed everyone. The hot chocolate lady was working overtime.
I bet she was.
Um, but yeah,
Oh, I can
yeah,
ask the question that everyone wants to know.
go for it.
1 to 10. How were the chicken tenders?
There were no chicken tenders.
Ah,
Philadelphia. Hey, Ryan, I know you're watching. Philadelphia, get your act together, all right? Because
and
that
that's
was
funny because the hockey stadium had them. When I went to see Kendrick Lamar in Philly, they had chicken tenders.
I walked around that whole thing looking for chicken tenders. I saw 3 stations of chicken wings, no tenders. I ended up getting some wings, and they were booty,
Ah,
booty.
Philly, you got to step your game up, sir, ma'am, and sirs.
I thought you were I'll have you know. Anyway, but we got but yeah, WrestleMania was fun overall. I think like I mean I just wish it was indoors. I ain't gonna lie to you. I now I get it. I'm like, oh, now I get why WrestleMania is indoors because it's way less fun when you're freezing freaking cold.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Going back to Rock Roman and Rollins, Cody. So the way I viewed it, and I'm interested to hear what you think too, like was the match got off to like a really boring start. Like it was like a 45-minute match, and we all expected it. Right? We all expected the staring and the spectacle. What you think you're special? I'm
You
Cody.
too.
Um, all that stuff. We expected that, but it just got to be like, all right, what are we doing here? It was really boring. And then last, like, I would say 10 minutes, it got into hyperdrive.
Yeah. I I think the best part for most people, it was for me, was Rock's entrance. Honestly, Rock's entrance was epic. It set a tone that you thought was gonna keep up. Um, it wasn't quite exactly what it was. Um, it it kind of let you down after that. And then, like you said, about 35 minutes of that 45-minute match was an absolute snooze fest.
Mm.
Um, we saw The Rock threaten the referee if he called him if he counted him out, which I wasn't surprised. I figured I was gonna go. We saw The Rock do the Rock people's elbow in the Rock bottom, which we were very happy about. One of the bigger things to me as a wrestling fan and as a fan of The Rock's, he looked absolutely amazing. He looked better than he did 8 years ago. He was in wrestling condition. He was fit as a fiddle. He like I don't know if any of you saw his little stint with against CM Punk and all those other guys a couple years back, but he was out of breath. He was he was breathing hard. He wasn't the Rock of old. This guy looked like he could go a couple rounds with Stone Cold. This guy looked good. So that I was happy about.
He looked to be in significantly better shape, in ring shape. Actually, he's always been in like great like shape.
Yeah, of course. I mean, he was leaner too. If you noticed that, he was a lot less heavy than he was before too, 8 years ago.
Yep. So Rock, you know, they do their thing. Rock hits the people's elbow on the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. Rock bottom, 1, 2, 3, and it was set up. Cody Rhodes is going to be at a disadvantage going into night two, and he really was because we saw in that night two match, Trevor, Cody coming out knowing that he had the world against him, and it was because they brought out the big guns. They brought out Jimmy Uso. They brought out Solo Sikoa. They brought out The Rock came out to help Roman. Like this was like they were pulling out all their cards there, and you know I guess like going in the night two, like what were you feeling as far as like the way the direction was going to go versus like how things ended up turning out?
So night two, if you remember correctly, when we made our predictions, my prediction was that they were gonna lose night one. Um, it to me it just made sense. You don't want Cody Rhodes to have a big advantage. You know what I mean? You want Cody Rhodes to be a disadvantage because this is supposed to set tone. This is supposed to set the story for his next endeavor is WWE champion.
Hey, now,
The WWE champion. You don't want the story to be ended so easily. You know what I mean? You want drama. You want chaos. So what way better to have a than have a boring match in WWE in the first night one and have a roller coaster of a match in night two. It just made sense. But I had no idea how much of a roller coaster it was gonna be.
All right, let's get into it then. So, night two main event: Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns. Cody has literally every disadvantage put in front of him, and Trev, we get Jimmy Uso coming out to stop Cody from hitting the crossroads on Roman 3 times. Jimmy Uso gets taken out by his brother Jay, who confronts him. And did you see the dive that they took off the stage?
Yeah, that was a hell of a dive. Again, I wasn't there. How close were you to the stage?
I wasn't there that night.
No, I mean, night one when you were there. How high was the stage?
The stage was fairly high. I was
Okay.
so I was on the opposite side of the stage. So
Gotcha.
so I could see it, and it was pretty visible to me.
It looked to me about a 6 foot dive.
Yeah, I mean, it may have been, but it was it looked like a hell of a dive on TV for sure. The automatic thing in my head, like I went to like Game of Thrones, and it reminded me of for those of you who have seen the show in the
Spoiler
series.
alert.
Massive spoiler alert if you haven't seen the show. Don't actually, no, I'm not spoiling it for you. If you haven't watched Game of Thrones at this point, don't watch it. Season 8 ruins it. Horrible. But at the end of season 8, there's two brothers who basically throw each other off to their deaths because they've spent their entire lives fighting, and it was like very reminiscent of Clegane Bowl from Game of Thrones. So
Pretty much.
yeah, that was
Pretty much.
a great shout. But great, we saw that. So Jay gets involved, takes out Jimmy. Then Trev, we get Solo Sikoa doing exactly what he did last year, like
Yep.
taking that big Samoan spike of his, bam, right to Cody's throat.
And then a old too familiar song comes up.
Whoa, don't. We gotta wait, make the people wait a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. But then Solo and Roman do the double combo, the Samoan spike and the spear at the same time. And everyone
I will say
it's
the
over.
pace of this match was perfect. Actually, it was perfect. I thought the pace, I thought the chemistry of Roman and Cody was very well displayed. I thought it was a better match than last year's. Actually, and last year's was a great match. Thought it was a little better. I mean, it was a lot of interference, which we expected, but it was a good match. The pacing went well, and the camaraderie and the went well as well.
Yeah, I think like this was very similar to a lot of Roman's matches, which is a lot of spectacle, like good wrestling in parts, but mostly spectacle, bloodline interference, and like telling
Of
that
course.
story, which is fine. Like that's what the character and the story is. But we have Cody, at this disadvantage. He takes the spear, he takes the spike. Everyone thinks it's over. 1, 2, and the biggest baby face of all time kicks out,
Yep.
and crowd goes mental, just eating it up. With Roman just like sitting there, like, what the hell do I have to do to put this guy away? And then, Trevor, we hear. Out of nowhere, John Cena comes back. Reaction when Cena came through.
I'm gonna be completely honest. I was not expecting Cena. The thing is, they were pretty good about the surprises, the hush hush of Cena. Like I knew he was there during the weekend. I did not know he was there the entire weekend. Um, so because a lot of people were thinking that Stone Cold was gonna have something to do with it because he was supposed to be there that weekend, this weekend. So yeah, that was a surprise, but it's not really a surprise because he has beef with Solo Sikoa. So he the unseen man, the invisible man comes down and in typical John Cena fashion incites the crowd. The crowd was mental. The crowd went off. And he takes the fight to Solo Sikoa. They go outside. A wonderful AAA through the table.
And then, Trevor, things
Gets even
got
worse.
electrifying because
Absolutely.
immediately after Cena put Solo through the table, we hear The Rock's music play, and
The
he's
final
cussing up
boss.
a hurricane, basically. No pun intended. Shout out to the University of
Oh,
Miami.
if you guys hear my dog, we have maintenance men outside.
Oh, it's all good. We can't hear nothing. But you know what we did hear? We heard 70,000 people plus electrifying Lincoln Financial Field, brother. The the pop that The Rock got when he came out was insane. He the crowd went nuts, and then we got the moment, Trev. Cena, Rock, middle of the ring, doing the little look one way, look the other.
Look one way. Yep. That was a great moment. That really was a good moment. Like I said, this match did a lot of good fanfare. It wasn't over the top fanfare. It was just enough, and like I said, the pacing was perfect.
Yeah. I mean, that moment too, that moment of The Rock and Cena, like it was almost reminiscent of Hogan and, The Rock when they did their little stare down, right? It's
Absolutely.
immediately what
Hmm.
they were going for.
It was perfect. It was perfect for a anniversary, which is the 40 years of WrestleMania. It was perfect.
For sure. So we get that. The Rock takes out Cena, again, cussing up a storm. And then we get something, Trevor, where you and I need to talk about.
We definitely need to talk about this because I don't think anyone saw this one coming.
All right. So The Rock taking out Cena. He's got the belt and he's like beating down Cody Rhodes. He's yelling at Mama Rhodes too. Oh my God, poor Mama Rhodes getting berated by Dwayne Johnson.
Both
Um,
nights.
both nights. All right, Trevor. So The Rock looks like he's about to take down Cody,
And
and then Triple H just says, "All right, hold." He's like, "Oh, y'all got Adam." He's looking at over at AEW. Y'all got Adam Copeland. Y'all got Brian. Y'all got. You know who I still got? Come out here, Teddy. Come out here, Teddy. The Undertaker.
we got the Taker.
We got
You
the
know what it felt like?
gong.
It felt like that the Avengers movie, but they're like, we have this. Well, we have a Hulk.
Yep, that's what it was. Trevor, we knew that this was going to be, Avengers Assemble esque, like defeating
Of course,
Thanos,
of
all that
course.
kind of stuff, right? I will say this: everyone's involvement in this match made sense. You know, from my view, Jay made sense. Cena made
Yep.
sense because he has beef with both Roman. Because Roman,
Yep.
remember, at was it SummerSlam 2021? He
Hmm.
defeated Cena for the belt, and then Solo Sikoa
Hmm.
at what was it, Crown Jewel or something recently.
Yeah, Crown Jewel, something like that. Yeah, I
Like,
didn't really watch it, but I saw the reviews of it. I didn't watch the match, of
yeah, so
course.
like they have history there. So those two made sense, and I was like, all right, hypothetically, who else could it be? Stone Cold would have made a lot of sense because he obviously has a history with The Rock. He doesn't necessarily have with the bloodline, but he's like The
The Rock,
Rock's main
definitely.
rival.
I was thinking, a lot of people thought Dustin Rhodes, Cody's brother. A
He
lot of
was
people
there.
thought
He,
that
he was there.
he was there. He actually was. Him and Ricky Starks were both there.
Ricky, we all know why Ricky's there. Ricky's like, all right, I like these duds. I can't wait. Give me 6 months, Hunter. Give me 6 months.
I like this place. You know what? I might have to come back. Um, but yeah, like it was a complete surprise to see the lights go off and hear that all too familiar tone. Like it didn't make a whole lot of sense to me. I don't really know. I mean, unless you can figure out the correlation of, I mean, yeah, him and Rock have had many feuds. I mean, they were also once on the same side. So
Well, do you want to really know what you want? You want to know what the real answer is? And for my view,
yeah,
WWE said we are going to get a massive pop, and
absolutely.
like I think the one of the things like we need to the lens we probably should view this from a business standpoint is like kind of like the Marvel lens, which is like
Right, right.
the correlation and all that kind of stuff doesn't really matter when we can create these like cool big moments with our internet or intellectual properties. So like for example, Miss Marvel just coming in being like, yeah, all right, Tony Stark is saved now.
Right, right.
Did it make sense in the story? No, it just happened, and
It was,
everyone was
but
like,
it was fun.
yeah,
It was definitely fun.
exactly. People are geeking out about it. Doctor Strange, everyone comes back to life. Boom. All right, like it's wrestling. I was I would have much preferred it have been, all of Roman's like past mistakes, for lack of a better term, like everyone he screwed over for the belt comes out
Right.
and
It
and,
would have
and does
made
that.
sense for like, and that's why. Well, I'm not gonna get ahead of myself, but it would have made sense for like guys like they like you said, like either Randy Orton or Kevin Owens or guys like that, or even LA Knight, whatever have you. But it was like I said again, it was fun, but it didn't make a lot of sense. But I honestly don't believe, like to piggyback on what you said, since it was a business standpoint, I honestly don't believe WrestleMania 40, you're throwing all the stops out. Sense is not something they were trying to make.
Well, I mean, they kind of were, and then they were just like, I think this is like just where WWE is, right? They're in the Endeavor era, and like this entire show, it was very clear from the beginning that they were trying to get across that Vince is gone. This is the Triple H era. Like,
Yep.
and I think the main event and what happened afterwards was probably the biggest, example of that. So Taker comes out and we don't know what happened. He just grabs The Rock and I'm assuming he drags him to hell to go shoot another movie. I think that's the reason I'm going with, at least.
Yeah, hey, that makes sense to me.
I will say the Taker thing did kind of take me out of it just slightly, but I was like, man, because I was like, oh, okay, they're building up to something, and I was like, nah, this is just too. Now you're just being OP for the sake of being OP. Like,
Pretty much.
yeah,
Pretty
which
much.
is, hey, look, got a massive pop. People went crazy. It did its work. So then it was left between Cody and Roman. Cody reverses a spear, and then we get Cody Rhodes. No, a crossroads. Not once, not twice, but thrice.
Yep, 3 times.
3 times, and finally.
You missed something very, very
Oh, what I
important.
miss? What I miss, son?
You missed something very symbiotic. Actually,
Go for it.
one of the better moments of the match, even though the match, like I said, was good. You missed Rock about to deliver a massive belt shot, chair shot to one Cody Rhodes, and
Oh, no,
oh,
King, you right. Go. I'm an idiot. Go for it.
and this actually was before Undertaker, if I'm not mistaken.
No. This
What was
happened
this
after
after?
Taker. This is after Taker.
That's
You're
right. This
right. You're
happened
right.
after Taker. You're right. You're right. And a very symbiotic moment if you pay attention to the whole storyline. One, Seth Rollins comes out in Shield gear to be what the Shield for Cody Rhodes, and it's funny and kind of poetic from the get go. Seth Rollins said, "I will be your Shield. I will help protect you." And what better way than to come out in Shield gear and technically be the reason Cody Rhodes wins the match? Now, Roman Reigns irate at at the fact that Seth Rollins is in the match and has the chance to deliver the champion killer blow to the challenger. He remembers everything that Seth done to him and turns around and goes to bash him with a chair. Doing so gives Cody Rhodes a minute to wipe the cobwebs out. And as my eloquent partner put so beautifully, delivers 3 crossroads. You see a pin, and if you look very, very close, you see a sigh of a smile come across Roman's face. 1, 2, 3. The streak is over. We have a new era and a new champion.
That Shield thing was really good. There were so many people that were like, "Oh, Jon Moxley, he's back."
I knew
AO.
Jon Moxley was not coming.
If they found a way to make that happen the same week AEW is about to like put Punk on blast, it would have been the funniest thing ever.
It'd have been amazing, actually.
CM Punk just sitting there like, "Oh, okay, we're doing this now."
But I don't think. I think Moxley's disdain for WWE is a little heavier than CM Punk's was.
Oh no, I can see Mox going back.
I don't see Mox coming back anytime soon, but he could go back.
Well, yeah, I mean his contract is up in like now, like he re-signed for like 5 years, so he's got like I think four or so years left on his deal. But I'm not gonna rule it out. Like I think the important thing to remember, and then it was like again brought up multiple times throughout Mania, was like this is a new era. This is a new era, a new ball game, and a new king.
Anything can happen. Anything's possible.
Triple H era, man. Anyway, Cody wins. The faces come out. Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, John Cena was celebrating there. It was looking invisible because no one noticed him when he was there. But then in all the highlights, you're like, "Oh shit, John Cena was there."
That's who was there. You know who else was kind of like in the background? One LA Knight actually.
Yeah. Here's the interesting thing. So you got Orton, Sammy hoisting him up on their shoulders, celebrating, and you got CM Punk and LA Knight off to the side, like still there doing their thing, like okay.
Mm-hmm.
But like everyone's like around Cody, kind of celebrating. Those two are kind of off to the side, just like okay, like we're here, just looking at.
We see you, King.
We see. You. Man, epic moment. Someone asked me like, "Oh, hey, is this like an all-time WrestleMania moment?" I was like, "Yes." This, in fact, Trevor, this is definitely up there for one of, if not the best ending in Mania history.
Oh, absolutely. And another thing that I thought was actually poetic and a little beautiful was the hug between Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman at the end. If cameras were off, if you didn't see it, it was an absolutely beautiful moment. They hugged under the WrestleMania arches. And honestly, Roman Reigns deserves it. There are so many Roman Reigns fans that hated the ending, that didn't like what happened. The man is the man now. He is the top rung. Like, there are people going to try to beat his record now. There are people going to try to hold the championship high longer than him. You have Bruno Sammartino, Hulk Hogan, Roman Reigns. Like, what else can he do? What else could he possibly do?
Well, if you listen to what Triple H had to say in the post show, he said,
"Oh yeah,
you want to know what's next for Roman? Something even bigger."
And I can't wait. I cannot wait.
Absolutely. Cody celebrates though to end things, and then he asks for the mic, and he says there are 2 people that need to come out here that this would not be possible without. First, he tells Bruce Pritchard to come out.
Yep.
And then
it's good to see Brucey.
Yep. And then he tells good old Triple H to come out, the king of the new era of WWE. They celebrate. They talk to him. Nick Khan even made an appearance. And like this was, I think, a very, very not orchestrated. Well, yeah. This was a planned thing, right? Making sure you had the heads of the new era kind of out there. And like I think this was in a lot of ways Endeavor and TKO putting the stamp of like, these are our guys moving forward. Cody, Triple H, Nick Khan. Like, this trio will define this era of professional wrestling or of WWE. And
Absolutely.
if
Yeah,
you
professional wrestling.
noticed, yeah, and professional wrestling, if you noticed, and it was speculated that like WWE moving away from calling this sports entertainment, they're going back to calling it professional wrestling.
And you know what? I love it. I hate it when they dropped the WWF moniker. WWE just sounds so stupid to me. But I I get it and I understand now, but like I love the route professional wrestling is taking. And like and I never thought I'd say this, but it's WWE that is heading the all out assault to bring it back. And it's absolutely amazing. It is. Another sweet little tidbit that I thought was cool was they gave Cody a watch backstage.
Yeah.
Nick Khan, Triple H, and Bruce Pritchard gave a watch to Cody Rhodes. And for those of you out there that don't know the significance of this watch, it was a gold watch. It was one of the first watches Dusty Rhodes ever bought himself, but he pawned it. So Cody Rhodes could go to wrestling school, so he
Acting
can take
school.
lessons.
Acting school.
Acting school, acting school, so he can take lessons. Um, and they got that watch for him. That was a gift from all three of them to him. And like I can only imagine how he felt. I got a gift from my grandfather years ago, and it made me feel absolutely amazing. So I can only imagine how he felt on that big night, being the first Rhodes to ever hold that that prestigious of a belt in WWE, and it's just amazing. It was absolutely amazing. It was a great gesture by those three, and dude, it made everything so much better.
This was, and again, Roman's been champion for a while, and I think this is probably why, but like this has the first like really feel good, like to this level feel good moment in that
Mhm.
WWE's had in a very long time. Like
Oh, absolutely. And I think everybody needed it. This is coming off everything that's happened with WWE, the loss of Bray Wyatt, the defacement of the company by Vince McMahon, all these allegations, all this, everything that's been happening for the past 2, 3 years. This was the moment. And don't get me wrong, Roman Reigns is the like I said before, he's the silver spoon. He is the Michael Jordan of WWE right now. He is. Or LeBron James, what do you want to call him? He is the measuring stick. And he helped get the company to this point. Everything that happened last night was only possible because of Roman Reigns. But now that feel good moment needed to happen. And that wouldn't have happened if you didn't have clean cut babyface Cody Rhodes.
this is been like it was an all time ending. Like I just the fact that we got this such a good feel good ending, and you know it lived up to the hype, it lived up to the moment, it
Yeah,
lived up to everything that I think fans wanted it to be. We're all like just so happy for Cody too, because like this is someone who's worked his tail off, like be beyond just this current run in WWE, from being from
absolutely.
Stardust to the American Nightmare to starting AEW to leaving AEW to coming back to WWE to winning back-to-back Rumbles and dealing with crappy Vince McMahon booking to this. Like this is just man, Cody is the freaking dude.
He literally, and I know some people would not really agree with what I'm about to say, but he helped right the wrongs that the WWF, WWE did to the Rhodes family. He helped see the Rhodes as that royal family that they should be seen as. And it was just a great moment, man. It was. And I can't wait to see what else they do with him.
Yep. We'll see what's next for Cody Rhodes. But man, we all know right now, dude is on cloud nine, new
Oh
world
yeah,
champion.
absolutely.
Um,
Congratulations, Cody.
Yeah, big shout out to Cody. Shout out to all of you in the chat out here. We got a hot question from John saying, "You guys' honest opinion between two pay-per-views, which one is better, AEW Revolution 2024 or WrestleMania 40 Night 2?" Ooh,
Ooh, they're
this is a difficult
you're gonna
one.
hate me for saying this. They're both good for different reasons. Um, I think the end of night two was more of a feel good moment though. What do you think?
Oh, this is a
As
hard
as
one.
far as
I,
as far as hard in wrestling goes, I think AEW had it beat.
I think like which one is a pay-per-view of the year? If you had to call which one's pay-per-view of the year out of these two, that's the
So
question. Mm.
I guess when you think about it, you have to think which one had it all, right? Which had the ups, downs, which one had you at the edge of your seat, which one had the matches, which one had the night, And as good as night two was, I feel like AEW had all of those things.
Man, it's hard. I don't know. It's a
It's
cop
really a
out.
hard one.
I guess I'll just whatever. For now, I'll say night two. You're gonna need to give me a few weeks to like
Yeah,
really let it set
we got to
in.
really unpack this one. And you
But
know
like,
what? This is a question we'll come back to. 'Cause I think it's a great question. It's just a hard one to answer.
man, because like night
It
two had a lot too. It was like we had
did. It really
Drew
did.
losing the belt, or Drew winning the belt, CM Punk costing him the belt.
We're gonna talk about that.
Well, let's talk about. Why don't we
You
talk
know
about it
what?
right now?
Let's
Let's talk
just
about it
go
right
into
now.
it. Let's
So
just go into it.
Drew McIntyre defeats Seth Rollins with a Claymore kick to win the World's Heavyweight Championship. He celebrates. He even tweets in the middle of the match, takes the phone from his wife and tweets out, "Work is boring," or "Bored at work," something like that. And then we get him hitting the Claymore, 1, 2, 3. He is in CM Punk's face after the match, just trolling the crap out of him. And then Trevor, your favorite wrestler, trips him, hits him with the brace, and we get the meme, the Damian Priest music playing meme. And CM Punk, you can say a lot of things about Punk, man. For someone who's not really on social media like that, for
Yeah.
him to like know in that moment, like I gotta do the like the
Right.
look. I was like, Punk is Punk gets it. He gets it. But then Damian Priest comes out and wins and new world heavyweight champion. We had 3 champions on the
Here's
show.
the thing. We were talking about things last week, right?
Yeah.
And in the back of my mind, Damian Priest was always there, right? Like it was always there. But then on social media, they've been talking about it a lot. And it was always, which one is he going after? Is he going after Roman's title? Is he going after Seth's title or whatever? And I literally wrote on one of the forums and said he's not going after the Universal title. It's not happening. They're not doing that.
Mm-hmm.
He's going after Drew's title. And I literally said it. At that moment, I said, you know what? We did not factor in this on the show. This is not something we talked about. But I have a big feeling we're going to be right and wrong at the same time. And lo and behold, we were. We definitely were. And I mean, in your opinion, is this one of the worst Money in the Bank situations you've seen?
No, I think this is one of the best.
I think it was very surprising, which made it better. I think the weight is what killed most people, but I think the surprise it was a complete surprise. Which because like the thing was, everyone forgot about it. Like if you asked 10 wrestling fans, they probably couldn't have told you who had the Money in the Bank briefcase at the time because it was just something that fell by the wayside. No one really remembered Damian Priest winning.
Yeah.
So I honestly believe it was perfect. It was.
Yeah. Now I mean like look, if we're talking about like what's next for Drew, one would hope that it would be CM Punk. But Trevor, the other thing is Drew hasn't re-signed.
No. And we've been talking about this for the past couple weeks.
I think people generally still expect him to resign, pen to paper, but I'm just gonna say this.
Honestly.
I'm just gonna say this, Trev. If this man CM Punk finds a way, if he finds a way to send this man off to AEW, burying him and costing him his title. Guys, y'all want to know something crazy? CM Punk hasn't done CM Punk has done like one real job in the past 10 years in wrestling.
Yeah.
If we really want to talk about, like, the Royal Rumble, it doesn't count, right? Because it's like whatever, like it's over the top rope. But I'm talking about like singles matches, like that when he got beat with. Actually, no, it was MJF because it wasn't even the Moxley match because that was the Moxley match was kind of storyline. This man has jobbed once to MJF, and then he got his win back.
Mm-hmm.
CM Punk is the most protected wrestler in all of wrestling, bro.
He is. He really is.
He just wins. He fights people. He runs shows. My man is out here just making money and like not losing.
You know what? I have to drink the nectar of the gods to agree with that one.
Shout out to CM Punk. Look, every time he's about to lose, ow.
Something hurts.
Shout out to CM
that's
Punk.
Crazy. Absolutely crazy. You're right. I didn't really think about that.
Oh, Just Brian just said big head. Oh, yo, Just Brian, I was with him at Mania. We ran into Rikishi's son. It was crazy.
Oh, yeah.
It was crazy. Shout out to Justin Fatu if you're watching, bro. Shout out to Justin Fatu. Throw the ones up for Justin, bro.
Oh, man.
Coming into town near you. We got No Lara saying Cody finally finished the story. Damn right he did. Did you see the solar eclipse? There's a solar eclipse, apparently. I just found out about this right before the show.
I saw it. I was outside watching it. It was cool.
How do you watch a solar eclipse? Like, what happens?
Normally you have the glasses.
So do you need the glasses in order to watch it?
Yeah, because, I mean, well, you do if you want to look directly at it, but the way I figured it out around it was with the glass, with cell phone.
I didn't see it get dark, though. Like,
it got kind of dark around these parts. It was like where it was like almost 90% visibility.
Maybe.
Thank you, Just Brian.
Yep. We got who is it here? Amari saying, what is Steve Austin comes out to help Roman if Roman getting beat down by the new bloodline tonight? That caused an interesting question because I think, Trevor, what we're gonna get tonight is a bit of I think we're gonna get a bit of DX. Like, remember DX after Mania 1998
with Shawn Michaels when he got hurt
when Shawn went away, and then Triple H kind of came up as like the leader of the new D. I think we're gonna get a little bit of that tonight, potentially.
So there has been a rumor that the other member of the family is gonna come to. Is gonna
the other Fatu. So many Fatu. The other Fatu running around.
Was at Mania, and he's gonna show up tonight. That's the rumor. Now, again, take that with a grain of salt. Do what you want with it. But but I have a feeling that you might be right though, because like I was always told as a kid, you live long enough, in 20 years you see things repeat itself. So there is a possible that is going to happen.
Shout out to Just Brian for the $5 super chat. Guys, go subscribe to his channel too. Great stuff on WWE games, and I think he's also doing WWE news now too. So shout out to him.
Yes. Just Brian, I've seen his page before. Great job. Yep. Really good job.
Massive Cody Rhodes fan, by the way. Massive Cody Rhodes fan. Like he was crying like a baby when Cody won.
Booing, that's beautiful. It's beautiful.
How dare you? No, no, Rock, no. Oh no! Shout out to you, Brian. All love, bro. All love. Jermaine in the chat says, "What a way to bury Drew. The match was crap, and CM Punk officially turned into the villain. He couldn't escape." Drew will Drew. No pun intended. Ayo. Drew will draw, I think you mean. AEW, a lot of viewers and money if he goes there after them releasing the footage of All In. Oh, God, we need to talk about that. We'll talk about it in a little bit.
We still got a lot of WrestleMania to do, though.
Yeah, I don't think we don't gotta talk about all these matches because there's just like
no, just the most important ones, right?
Yeah, we'll talk about let's talk about Rhea Ripley, Becky Lynch. Open the show night one.
As a Becky Lynch fan, how did you feel about the ending?
How did I feel about this ending?
Becky Lynch match.
Becky Lynch, Rhea Ripley. Yeah. That was fine. I thought it was a good match. It wasn't. I don't think it didn't reach my expectations of what I wanted it to be, but I also thought that they were gonna go balls to the walls type of deal there and like really open the show with like, like what I view as like a fantastic spectacle wrestling match.
There were a lot of internet stands that thought Becky Lynch was awful. Thought Becky Lynch has never been a good wrestler and was not a good wrestler that night. But what they also gotta understand for you stands, two things. One, Rhea Ripley actually had an injury to her arm. And before WrestleMania, Becky had 102 fever. She had strep throat. She was not 100%. And you could see she wasn't 100%. That was not Becky Lynch's best match. It wasn't, by a long shot. That was Becky Lynch healing from being sick. You can say a lot of things about Becky Lynch, but Becky Lynch is never has been and never will be a bad wrestler. She's one of the main reasons that people pay attention to the women's division in WWE. And you can say whatever you want. You can say it's Charlotte Flair. You can say it's this. You can say it's that. Charlotte Flair interjected herself in a match that she wasn't supposed to be in, and now she's a part of history.
Vince McMahon interjected.
And I was about to change that. It wasn't Charlotte Flair's fault. It was Vince McMahon. I absolutely love Charlotte Flair. We both do. We talk about Charlotte Flair, how much we love her a lot. And shout out to Charlotte Flair. But the truth of the matter is that should have been Ronda Rousey, Becky Lynch. That's how it should have been. But I'm sidetracking. But other than that, the match was fine. It wasn't what we thought it was going to be, I'm sure. But it was a good match for someone coming off 103 fever.
Yep. Well, this is interesting.
What you hear now?
Sorry, let me just confirm this real quick. See if this is correct. And by confirm, I mean Twitter. Let's see. Oh, I guess they're teasing a new WWE title. Cody Rhodes just teased a new WWE title belt.
Isn't that the one for him?
For him, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean, he said it before that he would like one day to bring back the Winged Eagle. So
yeah, we'll see. I mean, but when he won the Intercontinental Championship, he brought out a new title. So I mean, it could happen again.
Could you imagine? It's just a big nightmare. Like it's a nightmare belt. Whoa. Could you imagine? It's like you click it and it just goes whoa.
Instead of the spinner, it just sings.
I used to have like the world's heavyweight champion, the WCW Big Gold belt. And it had a little button on it. It was like it was a kid's one. It was like,
I remember that. Yeah.
Are you ready to? It was a Ready to Rumble. That's what it was. It was a Ready to Rumble.
Yeah, I do remember that. Yeah.
Are you ready to rumble?
I had the old school brass colored Intercontinental Championship, and it
Mm.
was back when they used to make the foam ones, and I got it from SummerSlam. And like, dude, you couldn't tell me anything. I was defending that belt against my friends and my cousins every chance I got.
Mm. Well, yeah, but going back to Becky real quick, 100% agree with you. I mean, I don't even think it like needs to be said anymore that like Becky is revolutionary when it comes to what she meant during like especially at her height, and she's still like in her peak right now, in my opinion. Like people can say what they want like about her and her ability or whatever. She's still like one of the best.
She is definitely. She definitely is.
Yep.
But with all that being said, kudos to Rhea Ripley. Rhea
Mommy was
is
over, man. Mommy was
yeah,
really
Mom
over.
was super over in that match. And like again, like I said earlier, you were there, so you saw it even better than I did, and could hear it even better than I did. I'm sure because it sounded deafening here. I'm pretty sure it was louder there.
Yep. Yep. People were absolutely lit. Absolutely lit.
Lit.
Litty. All right. Continuing on, we also had Io Sky versus Bailey. Amazing video package. Their match for the women's championship. I thought that this was a fantastic match.
Same. I agreed. We definitely agree on that one. I thought it was a great match. I thought Bailey was super over. I thought Io was the super villain that she should have been. Both women came out and had an amazing match. Yeah, and it went the way I thought it should be.
Yeah. Um, one other thing that I think we should talk about. Advertisements. They were all over the place at WrestleMania.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
More so on night one, more prevalent, I should say, on night one. We obviously had the big Prime thing on the canvas.
Mm-hmm.
Trev, I'm gonna be so honest with you, bro.
Okay.
Was I the only one who was kind of tripped out when they had like what was it? It was like something like Freshka for the LWO match, and then
Yeah.
they had the big wings out there when for the women's match, and I was just like,
Mm. Yeah.
So, I'm just saying something about that felt didn't. I was like, is there no self
A
awareness
little
there?
wrong, right?
There's
A
no self
little wrong.
awareness there. Like
Uh, you know, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think it was more about making money than self awareness.
for sure, it was.
But,
They probably got paid a lot of money for that.
but I mean, at the heart of it, though, it was kind of like, hey, come on, guys, better taste.
Can you imagine like they start like I don't know. It's like Mustafa Ali comes back and they're just like, all right, yeah, look at that. Like we're Aladdin on on ice or whatever. Like it'd be crazy. um, yeah, that wasn't great, but like this is just what it is. We're gonna get more and more of this, and that Prime bottle is not the only thing that's going to be on the canvas moving forward. Like there's going to
No,
be
it's gonna be way worse. It's
gonna
gonna
get
be more and more.
dude wipes for all over Mania.
Dude, all over the ring,
I was like, dude
all
wipes
over
because this
the
match is crap.
all over the canvas. Like, oh man, it was crazy. And again, I don't want to talk about every match, but can we like talk about the fact how Jay and Jimmy was not good?
For all of the flack that the Young Bucks get for overdoing the super kick,
Dude,
this match was exactly what those people think a matchup between the Young Bucks would have been. Like this
right.
was that. This was super kick, super kick,
So,
super
dude,
kick.
it was like 20 minutes was nothing but a super kick.
But it wasn't even
I didn't
like.
even see an actual. I didn't see a suplex. I saw nothing.
But it wasn't even like good, like building up to super kicks or just doing it. It was just like, yeah, Oos, let's go, super kick, Oos.
Let's go, Oos. Give me another one, Oos.
Give me another one, Oos. But the thing is, I was with my brother, right? And like, I was like, bro, I was like, my brother was like, yeah, bro, like that's big bro. Like he's teaching little bro a lesson right there. I was like, Hey yo. Hey yo.
My brother said something similar to that too.
Oh man. Oh, we got some chats here real quick. We got to get to. You literally saw it on Becky's face. She wasn't 100%. Yeah. Rhea Ripley equals mommy. Yes, she does.
She does.
Phil in the chat says, besides Charlotte, Becky is the best women's wrestler. Period. There's a good argument for that.
This and I can't agree with you more, Phil. I agree with you completely.
Prime was on full display, says CC, everywhere. Like, geez, Logan Paul getting money out of that. Yeah, I would not be surprised if that was like also part of his deal.
Did you? I have to bring it up because two reasons. One, he is part of wrestling. Two, I can't stand him. Did you see? This is just alleged. I don't know if it's true or not. But did you see that there was a Prime flavor, and it was fried chicken? That's all I have to say about it. That's it. That's all I'm gonna say about it.
It wasn't
that's
just
it.
It
I mean, that's all I
fried,
can say about it.
It wasn't just fried chicken. It was KFC.
It was KFC's fried chicken. Yeah.
This is why I hate capitalism. Anyway.
Absolutely.
Anyway.
That's all I had to say. That's all I was gonna say about it. But yeah.
Bailey and EO. Can we talk? Let's get some
right.
Bailey and EO Sky, please.
But Bailey and EO I thought it was a great match. I thought it was very, very, very good match.
How did we get to this? We started talking about KFC Prime.
I mean, we were talking about advertisements, and you mentioned Logan Paul. So yeah. Anyway,
I'm sorry. I apologize to everyone.
I apologize for repeating it.
I apologize for absolutely nothing because this is all Logan Paul's fault.
But there is a match that I should address, and I text you about it because I thought these two young wrestlers were absolutely amazing, and that is Roxana Perez and Valkyrie.
I heard good things about it. I have not seen the match yet.
Do yourself a favor and check it out. Anyone that saw the the NXT match and that saw that particular match has to think the same thing. I saw it on the forums. Everyone agreed with me. That match was amazing. And it made Roxana Perez look like a complete star that she actually is. It was such a good match. It had a point where you thought they were going to ruin it, and they kind of took it out of it. But other than that, it was a great match. It carried. The flow was nice. It was a good match. They complement each other in the ring very well.
For sure. I will. I'll definitely check it out. I need to check out the NXT show because I heard the North American match was really good. I love Dijak.
Dijak. I love.
Dude,
did
you just call me Samuel Jackson? I don't know if you see this, bro, but I'm white.
And you know what? The champion over there is
Obi.
Is pretty good too. Yeah, Obi's good. He's actually very good.
Yeah, shout out. As Phil says, Obi is a star. Absolutely. All right, Trevor. Let's switch gears from WrestleMania because I feel like we've talked about the important matches.
I think we're done. Yeah.
It's time to talk about some WrestleGoss. Ooh. WrestleGoss, yay.
Yes.
All right, so Trevor, we talked about this last week. Last week, CM Punk buried AEW. This week, AEW is planning on doing the same with CM Punk, except this time live in front of everyone on AEW Dynamite. Tony Khan has made a decision. They are promoting it, and it is real. They are moving forward with showing footage of the Jack Perry CM Punk fight from All In. The security camera footage that we have known for months has existed. It's going to be there. It's going to be displayed. I should note it's been reported that it will not be, or I think it was Dave Meltzer who said it will not be the altercation between Tony and Punk, but it will just focus on Jack Perry and Punk. The EVPs are going to be the ones who are presenting this. Trev, what the hell is going on?
Dude. My mother used to always say about wrestling that because me and my brother watch it every week. She always said, "You guys talk about reality TV so much, but that's all this is a soap opera for men." And I never really saw it that way until a couple years ago, but now I definitely agree. This is nuts. This is absolutely nuts. This is a showing a pissing contest between two people. It is no longer between two companies. It is between two people.
I actually think it's between two companies because if you look,
I mean, well, yeah, it is. I mean, they both represent the company, but
because here's the thing, when I first heard this, my first reaction, Trev, was like, I hate this. Horrible.
Oh yeah,
mistake.
Absolutely, same.
From a PR perspective, I understand. Like he took he said all this stuff about your company, some of which was true, some of which was not true, probably. And you want to push like a narrative out there. You have YouTube channels, you have all this other stuff. That is probably a more appropriate place to put this stuff out there. Honestly, like, make it public. Be like, hey, like speaks for itself. For me, it was always putting it on your TV show is not only like a pretty obvious publicity stunt to try to pop a rating. Like someone told me it was like kind of like WCW 2000-esque. And I was like, usually that criticism when people start at AEW, I'm like, it's not in good faith. This time when people say it, like this is exactly something Vince Russo would do.
Absolutely. 100%.
And to me, it comes across as second rate. I understand why Tony wants to do it. I totally do. And I understand they're going to try to probably fit this into a thing with like the Young Bucks and Jack Perry.
Right.
We're going to have to see what it is, Trev, but I
can't imagine he talked to anybody about this. I can't imagine this was...
according to Fightful Select, they'd be surprised if FTR were not notified ahead of time.
Oh, so FTR was... Okay. All right.
If he didn't tell FTR... Oh, jeez.
Yeah. Well, as far as the wrestlers involved, I think he did. But as far as like board of directors or anything like that...
it's him. It's Tony.
This is just Tony. Tony does...
Jerry Lynn?
Who's gonna stop? Yeah, I mean, you're right. But like at the end of the day, like, dude, your PR people cannot think this is a great idea. They can't. Unless you got, and then I mean, the whole time you're doing this, Vince Russo's like, bro, this is great TV, bro. You know what I would do, bro? I would enhance everything, bro. Like, like this is like you said, this is Vince Russo-esque. It is. And it's not really a great idea, but I do understand where it's coming from. But my thing is the backlash.
The WrestleMania backlash. The WrestleMania backlash.
The backlash from this is going to be epic. It's going to be absolutely insane. I can only imagine what's going to happen after this.
At a certain point, you have to like think about, is the juice worth the squeeze? Because I think you could use that time to actually build someone up on your TV show, you know? You have a massive roster. Like, I
understand. Like, I get it, but come on, you got so many great wrestlers. And you just signed Mercedes Moné. Like, come on. And you potentially could sign bigger other wrestlers this summer. Like, come on.
And I don't think it's going to help with that. Because, dude, this feels like whether you're WWE, AEW, whatever, I understand why Tony wants to do this. I totally do. It's not just CM Punk out there burying AEW. You have Triple H calling like his wrestlers lazy, implying that Will Ospreay is lazy because he doesn't want to grind and not be away from his family, which is insane and a bullshit take. Like I get it. You have all these people, Pat McAfee taking shots every single day leading up to WrestleMania. I get it, but this is going to turn away free agents. This is the most second-rate thing you could do. And look, Trev, look at me, bro. I say this as someone who's gonna watch it with popcorn in my. I'm gonna be like, dang, that's crazy. Like,
same. I'm watching it too. But at the same token, this sounds like burial rights. It really sounds like you're going to screw your company up. You're going to sign it up. Like, think of the bigger picture, dude. Like, you got backlash for the way you dealt with Big Swole. And honestly, you deserved it because you dealt with it poorly. You get backlash for a lot of the things you've done. Do you really want the cataclysmic backlash that you're about to get for this immature sophomore bullshit?
Yes, it's the answer. Apparently, Tony's just dude. The thing was, according to Alvarez, Tony was not planning on releasing this footage, but the Punk thing and every other shot that WWE took this week put him over, and he was like, "I have to." He feels like he has to. So,
and again, like you said, like I get. Because honestly, I don't agree with all the criticism and all the side slander that they're getting. I didn't totally agree with the fact that CM Punk came on and pretty much buried him. I mean, you can speak your point and say what you have to do, but that was childish too. And we all know Phil Brooks has been childish the entire time. Phil Brooks is a childish.
Whoa, whatever what do you mean? I'll have you know that Phil Brooks is the most professional wrestler there is. Look. He didn't do anything unprofessional. He just choked him out a little bit.
Hey, I didn't do anything. I just choked him a little bit.
A little bit. Can't let you get too close.
I mean, this whole thing is absolutely insane. Like, do you remember back before all this happened? Like, there wasn't a week that we weren't talking about CM Punk. There was a 2 months stint where every time we got on the air, we talked about something about CM Punk. And now it kind of feels like monkey see, monkey do. Like but I get you defending yourself, but still, it don't sit right with me, even though I'm gonna watch it.
You know what I would really love to watch, Trevor? A CM Punk match. I'm tired of hearing this. I'm trying to hear everyone talk about him. I just want to watch him wrestle.
He's wrestled one time in a dark match. Once. I mean, and he did WrestleMania, Royal Rumble, but I don't really count that.
I just we can't get away from this childish drama. But we have to talk about it because it's all that everyone's talking about.
And this is why I say, I know it's cliche, and I know it's probably not the best thing to say because you don't know all sides, but this is why everyone says Phil Brooks is cancer in the locker room. He's gotten it from every promotion he's been in. ROH, WWE, his stint in New Japan. He's gotten it from everywhere. I'm starting to think it might be some truth to it.
Look, I'm beginning to ponder the idea of this being a possibility.
There might be a possibility that they're not crazy.
So, Brian and I were talking about this a little bit, going back and forth. And I just told him, I was like, look, I want to be clear. CM Punk is genuinely one of my favorite wrestlers ever.
When he is in that ring, there's almost no one better.
But there is a fine line between the man, Phil Brooks, and the character, CM Punk. That's all I'm going to say.
Absolutely. And we've said this before. This is something me and you both have talked about ad nauseam. Yes, I totally agree. That line between Phil Brooks and CM Punk, it's thin. It's almost not there.
All right, man. Well, the question is now, do you think they actually go through with it?
I'm gonna be honest with you, I hope they don't. I hope they don't. I If you want to see a stack of dominoes fall in 60 seconds, you're about to see it if they do this. If they do this, I'm not saying it's the end of AEW, but it's not looking good.
Part of me does think, like, man, like, are we are we like, overanalyzing it a little bit? But
And I'm thinking that too, because I mean, in this day and age, I mean, drama unfortunately sells, and I mean, CM Punk still has a job.
bro, 1 year ago, Tony had convinced this dude to come back. 1 year ago, and he was coming back, and it's
Triple H
insane.
literally came out his mouth and said he will never work in WWE again. Two of your top wrestlers want nothing to do with him. But he is sitting.
We got Charles in the chat saying AEW could have sued Punk for the interview as he confessed to physical assault live in color. So just release the footage is the best outcome. I mean, I don't think like they can sue. Jack Perry would have to sue him for assault.
I think yeah, I think Jack Perry could sue him. Yeah, I think you're right. I'm pretty sure you're right about that, but I don't think they could sue him as a company though.
No, they fired him. They took the action. They fired him.
Exactly.
Can pay him his money. He's like, oh no money for you. Bye.
Exactly. Like we don't have to sue you for our money. Oh, we got it.
Oof.
Here's your severance pack. Go screw yourself.
What else we want to talk about, Trevor?
Dude, that took a lot out of me. I'll be honest with you. Well, we could, I guess, tiptoe around a subject that I was going to talk about tomorrow too. Oh, soon, I should say.
Oh, do you want to say that for soon, or do you want to give him a little teaser?
Give a little piece of it, I guess.
There we go. Go for it.
Blah, blah, blah. All right, so WrestleMania.
I'm gonna be professional.
I don't think I can. So WrestleMania was also called the Showcase of the Morals. It's also showcase for fashionable wear and also footwear. And I guess previous years, honestly, it started back with John Cena. To be honest with you, John Cena was the first one to really showcase shoes. He had the Reebok pumps when he had his Word Life, Dr. Thugonomics persona, and he actually got a sponsorship through that. Recently, it was announced yesterday before night two that Jordan and Roman Reigns have struck a deal, and they are promoting the Air Reigns. Now, the shoe that Roman Reigns did wear last night was actually a wrestling boot, but it had the Air Reigns logo on it. It was a high top boot. Kind of looked a lot like boxing shoes if you're familiar with them. Actually, the Kobe's. It looked a lot like how the old Kobe's were. So that's something that's happening. Complex is a YouTube channel where people come on and they talk about the history of shoes. They talk about how their career was helped or motivated by shoes, Jordans, Nikes in general. And Roman Reigns has been on once talking about how the Jordan 1s was one of his favorite shoes, how he's worn in the ring. The Usos have also wore Jordan 1s and Air Force 1s in the ring actually, night one. You saw Jey Uso with a classic Uptown, which from my people from New York is a classic Air Force 1, all white. You saw Jimmy with a modified custom Uptown. It was black with rhinestones on it. Actually, very pretty. Through the night, you saw Lashley and the Street Profits. They all had on Jordan 1s and Air Force 1s. Seth Rollins himself was wearing the Nike Fear of God 1s. There was a lot of shoe culture in the ring that night, in the arena that night. LA Knight has come on a mini podcast and said that his wrestling boot is modified to look like the Jordan 11s. Um, Specifically the Space Jams and the OGs, the black and white ones.
Mm.
Um, shoe culture is a big thing in wrestling, and we don't even notice it. I mean, you go to AEW, the Young Bucks wear the Christian Dior's. They also did with the classic black and white one. I mean, black, white, and blue ones. They made it into a weapon. They put spikes on it and super kicked everybody. Um, this pretty much is leading up to a special segment that is going to be on OT Graps soon, within the next day or so, about more about sneaker culture and wrestling, and more about Triple H involvement in it as well. So be prepared and please watch.
One could say it's an OT original. One could say that it's. I was gonna try to think of a pun, but I'm really tired. We got Charles in the chat saying, "Great seeing him. He might disappear for a long time in WWE TV. Missing my tribal chief already." Throw some ones up for Roman, man. Let's throw some ones up for
Absolutely.
Roman. Shout out to Roman.
Thank you for what you did to wrestling, man. And honestly, he does deserve some rest. He deserves to hang out with his family, and
It's crazy.
he did talk about how he's still taking his cancer medication too, his pills. So yeah, man, shout out to Roman. Thank you so much for what you've done. I mean, before no one, of course Cena did it first, but before no one would have gotten a deal with Jordan. You know what I mean? Like, this is something this is a first for wrestling.
Shane O'Mac, man. Nah, Shane O'Mac had those original, the Shaneos.
I mean, he had them, but he didn't have a deal.
He didn't have a deal. No, you're right.
Yeah, he didn't have a deal, but he did, because he was wearing the twos, the ones. He wore a lot of Jordans. His favorite were the threes, actually, if I'm not mistaken. Dude, every time I think about Shane O'Mac, I think about when Shawn Michaels and Triple H made fun of him, and Shawn comes out, hey,
Dad, Shawn Michaels took this face and stuck it up. Anyway, classic. Oh man, what else you want to talk about?
Oh man,
I think we covered.
I think we covered everything. A lot of things.
Well, what are you watching these days?
I'm finally caught up with the Dark Side of the Ring season what? Is it 5?
Yeah, I need to catch up, honestly.
Dude, I'm gonna be honest with you. Like the Harley Race one, I was watching it. I was into it. I was just tired. I actually fell asleep. It was Harley, man. Big up to the family of Harley Race, and Harley Race is a wrestler in general. Like, man, just things that cat did, dude. Oh man, like it just shows you how much wrestling has changed over the years. Like, he was a top tier guy. He could wrestle his butt off. Him and Terry Gordy had some great matches together, and in general. Such a you just go through everything.
I was trying to turn that. I was trying to turn it off. The air. I was trying to turn the air reins off, and I accidentally.
Who is the? Do you know who the next one is? Oh, actually, I do know who the next one is.
I think it's Chris Adams, isn't it?
Chris Colt.
Chris Colt. I don't know much about Chris Colt. Do you wanna?
I don't know a whole lot about him, but what I do know is his story is very, very interesting. Technically, he's one of the first publicly outed gay wrestlers to wrestle. His tale is quite sad, though. To quote someone, he's one of the best wrestlers you never heard about. He was good. He just like most people, like drugs and sex ruined his career. Like it's kind of sad. But it would be a very interesting. It's going to be a very interesting story to watch, though.
For sure. I got a lot to learn on that one.
Yeah, like I said, I don't know a whole lot about him either, but what I do know about him isn't great stuff.
Well, hopefully there is a brighter side to his dark side.
Oh yeah, yeah. He like I said, he was very liked, great wrestler. Like I said, one of the best wrestlers no one's really ever heard about. He was magic in the ring. But
Yeah.
yeah,
We got Charles in the chat rounding us out saying, "Do you think Matt Hardy will go to WWE, Becky to AEW?" I don't know. Matt Hardy's contract did expire, but
yeah. Jeff's did too, didn't it?
and I think Jeff's still signed. He got that time
Okay.
added when he was I think he got that time added when he was facing legal trouble.
Okay. Gotcha.
Becky to AEW. Not gonna say no.
Yeah, I'm not gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it. I can put it on the table. I think it's something that's definitely on the table.
For sure.
I do have a question for you though, real quick.
Go for it, King.
Do you think that okay? So seeing Logan Paul showing at Mania, one, is he a real wrestler yet? And two, do you think his next opponent is who we both hope it is?
Wait, who do we both hope it is?
Well, I hope I mean honestly, I don't hope it is. I'm gonna be honest with you, I really hope it's not. But I think it might be LA Knight.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I really hope it's not, but I honestly think it's gonna be LA Knight.
Trevor, I'm gonna answer both of your questions real quick.
Absolutely.
Is Logan Paul a real wrestler? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Is LA Knight gonna be the next US? Yeah.
I feel like the U.S. title was so beneath him, though.
Look, he's a brother. Do you want him to beat Cody tomorrow or tonight?
No. You get what I'm saying, though. Like
I totally feel you. It's
yeah,
just
but,
it is what it is, man.
Yeah, at this point, he's one of those wrestlers they dropped the ball with, unfortunately. But I think he deserves a belt, though. So, yeah.
I think the good thing about him is I think he's like always going to be over.
Yeah. I don't think it's, but honestly, with him though, I mean, you can't really say that in the age where 50 or 60-year-olds are wrestling, but he's getting to his expiration day. He's a 40-something-year-old man. Like, so, you know.
Oh man, Liam is lit. I'm gonna get Drew versus Priest in Glasgow by the looks of things. I hope I get tickets. Get tickets, man.
Get tickets, dude. And if you get tickets, please share pictures with us, please.
Of the event, please.
Not of
anything
you.
else. No. I'm sure you're wonderful, but please of the event, please. I'm begging. Only of the event. Checks DMs. Nah, Liam wouldn't do that.
Because he would take a picture of his shoe and send it to us.
I think we see the implosion of Judgment Day in Glasgow. I think we will too. I think Finn Balor is going to be a jealous MFer.
Yeah. And can I say and express how happy I am that the Awesome Truth are tag team champions.
Whoa, can I express how happy I am that this gorgeous mug right here is also tag team champions right here? Look at this.
That's the Facebook champion right there.
That's the reflection of perfection. Shout out Teddy Long and Mark Jindrak.
He has a face for radio. I swear he does.
Hey, town down.
But I was thinking about all of our picks, and between the both of us, we were pretty much right on
for the most part.
Of them.
I think so.
I mean, I was wrong. Well, I think
we were wrong. We were wrong about Sammy Gunther. I think that was
we were wrong about Sammy Gunther. We were wrong about Becky. We were wrong about Becky too, right?
No. We both said Rhea would win.
Okay.
We both agreed Bayley. Okay, this was a fairly predictable WrestleMania, I think, overall.
Yeah, it really was. I think the only ones we both got wrong, I said that well, you got both right, but I got one half of the tag team thing right. I said Awesome Truth, and I said New Judgment Day were
I got it in the wrong order, I think, is
yeah,
what happened. Because I said
but you
Truth would
got
win,
but
and
you
then
were
he
more
would
right.
forget
Yeah,
that there's more to wrestle for.
yeah. But you were right. Yo, the fact that he got tagged in,
He's funny.
the fact that he act like Johnny
This man
Gargano
picked
was
him
Shawn
right
Michaels.
This man is funny as hell. How about this? Let's end it on this, Trev. Mayhem of Truth, shout out, says, who's the next undisputed WWE champion? How about this? We can explain why later. Just leave him with the name.
Who you think?
Some mystery. Oh, you want to know? Seth freaking Rollins.
You know what? I don't disagree with that. I agree with that.
I have another one if you want it.
I don't. This is if I said LA Knight is just because I like him, but I don't think that's gonna happen. But I think it's either him or it's the CM to the Punk. I don't know what that is. A snake.
You're close. What's a snake to a viper?
Randy Orton. There you go.
Yeah, voices crying. Liam says, Grado, Joe Henry. I'm gonna take a selfie by myself at Clash Castle and blur out the event. How dare you, Liam? Oh man. Trevor, any parting thoughts today?
Guys, oh man. WrestleMania week was a lot. I mean, this guy actually went. I did work. I listened to news reports. I actually did a journalist thing, and it was interesting. I'm sure we're both exhausted. I know he is. I'm tired. Hope you guys enjoyed it, man. Like for wrestling fans, this is like Christmas. So I'm glad. I hope you guys enjoyed it. You have a good time. There's more wrestling to come, and
we're 2 weeks away from Dynasty, baby.
And we are 2 weeks away from Dynasty. And guys, we're not going to put up a poll, but I might put up a poll on OT Graps if you follow us. I want to know your opinions about the footage being leaked on Dynamite. I want to know your honest opinion about it. Let us know.
We'll put up a poll. Jeez, oh my God, I can't. I cannot believe. Also, Charles brings up a good point. Is the draft tonight? No. Triple H said in the next month or so, which means, Trevor, it's going to be draft times. It's going to be putting on our GM hats pretty soon, one day. As soon as the draft's announced, we're going to be doing our little draft special.
Yes, we are.
That was a fun time last year when we did
that. Was a fun time. Apparently, I approached it completely wrong.
Well, no. You were going for like, yeah, I'm going to have. You were like top loading with like wrestlers, right? You were like,
yeah, bigger. It was a bigger picture type thing. I was looking at it as a GM starting a new promotion with a different wrestler.
You were looking at it from Paul Levesque. I was looking at it from like Tony Khan, like, oh man, I could have matches.
right. You were like, I was looking at it as potential. You know what I mean?
Like,
and you were looking at it from oh, what can I do right this minute?
I'm like, okay, we're gonna have Damian Priest versus like Drew McIntyre. Like, I was like bangers, like as many bangers as humanly possible.
Oh, dude, this one's gonna be fun. This one's gonna be a lot of fun.
William says, "Can we get Toon Talk TBD, my friend?"
It might be in the works, but yes.
Inshallah.
You know what? We need to just get Toon Talk so he'll leave us alone.
It's gotta do on some Nike stuff. Just do it.
Do it.
All right, guys. This has been OT Graps. We talked about WrestleMania. We talked about Tony Khan's insane plans for Wednesday that will definitely have people tuning in. We'll see what the rating is. I will say this: if the rating comes back and it's like not over, like if it's not over like 900,000, conductor, we have a problem. Anyway, well, guys, until next time, be happy, be healthy, and as always, keep it real.
Love those who are far. Hug those who are close, guys. Have a great week. Get some rest. I know I need to. And talk to you next week. Oh,
Well,
and tune in to OT Graps this week for some original stuff.
also, I just realized I didn't do my outro. Guys, be sure to follow Trevor on Twitter at TREVERTAINMENT. That is TREVERTAINMENT. And go over to youtube.com/at OTGraps, like Trevor said, for more exclusive content. Until next time, keep it real.